Towards the start of the pandemic, we had heard that alcohol sales were up.
Now, a new study shows that, yes, people say they are drinking more during the pandemic. This is a survey where they asked people, all right, how much are you drinking? But they compare it to a similar survey last year, right? So it's all self-reported.
Right. And I think early on we had sort of wondered, well, were people replacing their drinking that they were doing in bars and restaurants by just doing it at home? So maybe there was the same amount of drinking. But what this report is telling us is that people are saying, yeah, we're replacing it, but we're also drinking more at home.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, these sorts of surveys are always really difficult to kind of break out and understand what it means, because for some people, they are not drinking more. Some people don't drink. Some people are drinking less. So when you look at this through the whole, you know, some people are drinking a lot more. So overall, what has some concern with this is that women appear to be reporting more of an increase than men. And the way they look at this is they ask you, how many days over the last week have you drank? And for women, they are reporting it's 17% more days, or a percentage of a day is kind of the way they look at this. And especially for heavy drinking, women are, and statistically, women are less likely to be heavy drinkers. So the change is perhaps more dramatic, but heavy drinking is 4 drinks in kind of a short period of time for a woman. And that's up 40% more days.
Right, and that seems to be the bigger concern, is not so much if you're drinking a glass of wine each night, but if you're drinking 4 or more at a time, and you look at that, especially for women, if that's up.
20% of women are saying they have one day of heavy drinking like that. That's a lot.
It is. It does end up being a lot. And then if you also look at that too, alcohol consumed one day more by 3 of 4 adults. But I think you do make a good point. Whenever we talk about drinking, we always have to remember there are a large group of people that do not drink. And it can be as close as almost 50% of the population. But then what this survey doesn't look at, though, is why people are drinking more. Are they anxious? Are they trying to take some of the stress off? Are addiction issues coming back because people don't have their support networks? It's hard to know exactly why this is happening, but there probably needs to be a closer look at it.
Well, don't you suspect when 20% of the working population is out of work?
Yes.
I mean, there are certain things that moderate people's behavior, and one of those things is that you got to go to work the next day. And when you don't have to go to work, and you have all this time, and you have nowhere to go and nothing to do, it's not surprising to me, and especially that people who are inclined to be heavy drinkers would be drinking more.
Right. This was also done from March through May, and so you wonder, as people's routines have sort of figured out this new normal idea, if it would still be the same.
It's a good question.
Yeah.